Here we are, 2025, and I'm back and better than ever. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sammy. I'm a women's health coach, a personal trainer, a registered dietitian, and a maybe retired bikini physique competitor. We're going to talk about that today. I have been so MIA lately on all of my socials, to be honest, but specifically my YouTube channel. A lot of time goes into making YouTube videos and putting out content for you guys. And I definitely slacked the last 6 months because I had a lot going on. I don't want to make excuses. I am going to share what's been going on with me. But my goal for 2025 is to be putting out more content, especially on my YouTube channel. And today's topic, which I think you're going to like, is going to be really helpful for those of you getting into the competition space. That is what my brand new series is going to be all about. And if you didn't already read the title, this is going to be all about going from a bikini physique competitor to fit model and the NPC, brand new division, literally launched a few weeks ago. I'm going to be talking about the differences between the two categories, why I'm choosing actually to go from bikini over the past 6 years, which is what I've always competed in, and why I'm going this direction. So let's get into it. First, where the hell have I been for the past 6 months? Well, long story short, I went into a prep and I decided to do a self-coached prep. I also took a second job over the summer, which I am still at. And I obviously run my business, Strength by Sammy. So I like to juggle too many projects, unfortunately, every once in a while, and things just got the best of me. So unfortunately, at that time, the thing I had to cut first was creating content and putting stuff out there. Now, I did do a self-coach prep, which I'm going to share a little bit about with you guys. I competed with the OCB, which I have been competing with for the past 2 years, which is a natural bodybuilding federation. I am a fully natural athlete. I know some people might think otherwise, and some people are going to think, well, why in the world is she going NPC? We are going to cover all of that. Now, I competed with the OCB back in 2023. My feedback from them was come back, be bigger, and you'll do well. I placed 3rd and 4th in the 2 classes I competed in back in 2023, went into a full building phase for most of 2024, and then went into a prep around September and October of 2024. Now, my placings were much better. I did place 2nd in 2 of my classes and 3rd in 2 of my classes at both the shows I competed in. One show was a bit smaller, maybe like 7 competitors total, and the other show was much bigger. It was like 20 something girls, definitely more competitive division. And again, my feedback was be bigger. And so I really took a step back for a little bit and I was like, okay, I'm not going to compete for a while. I clearly need to be putting on more size. I'm naturally an ectomorph. I don't put weight on very easily, and I definitely don't put muscle on very easily. And I know some of you are like, oh, well, that's a blessing. Yes, unless you are a bodybuilder and you want to be more muscular, which is all I've ever wanted in life. Okay, not really, but it's really what I need for my sport. So I was like, I'm going to do a full year of building for 2025 and come back 2026 nice and strong. Well, the NPC goes and launches this brand new, which I don't really think is that new, division, Fit Model. And I'm looking at it right when it came out and I'm like, this is bikini, 10 years ago. This is what bikini started as with the NPC and the IFBB. And I am like, I kind of like this category. I kind of like the poses. I kind of like the direction it's going. I'm going to dabble with it. I might dabble, dip my toes in it. Now, for those of you who don't know this, exciting news. There's a new category in bodybuilding called Fit Model. Here's some pictures of what they are saying at the NPC, what they are looking for at this level. Obviously, we are going into this category with clean slate. We don't really know what the judges are looking for because no one's competed as a fit model yet. From my understanding, is fit model is essentially going to be what bikini was when it was first introduced into bodybuilding. And I would say that's because they're literally using bikini photos from 10 years ago as the standard for this division. Now, we don't know what we don't know, and I won't know what they're looking for until I actually compete myself, which I'm going to share my goals later on. So let's talk about what are the differences, or at least my opinion of the differences between bikini and fit model with the NPC. Now, these aren't really my opinions. Obviously, these are posted on their website. You guys can take a look if you want. The standard bikini has always been that hourglass figure. You have your big capped shoulders, that tiny, tiny little waist, a nice round glute, a good hamstring tie-in, just a really nice full, tight, lean look. Not something you can achieve naturally. Let me just clarify that. Some girls will say maybe they claim they're natural, but in my opinion, at the pro level, IFBB, very few of the elite are fully natural. Now, I'm not saying they're using extreme PEDs, but they're using something to get enhanced. And there's no way that my body is getting anywhere close to what the Olympian winner is looking like anytime soon. I would probably go my whole life trying to get that look, and just I knew it wasn't attainable. It's a very muscular look compared to what it was 10 years ago, and as we know throughout the years, it's really developed into a more bodybuilding actual division compared to what it used to be, which is now what Fit Model is going to be. Where now Fit Model, one, obviously has completely different posing. It's that stallion pose versus the side pose that we're seeing in Bikini. And based on the criteria online, yes, you want rounded shoulders, but you don't want cap shoulders. Yes, you want a defined waist, but you don't want, strong, prominent abs. From the back, they want, nice firm glutes, but not necessarily a hamstring tie-in. And as a whole, in my opinion, it's a very athletic look, a more healthy look, and a realistic look that you could keep a little bit more long-term, not as extreme as the other divisions. Next one up would be Bikini, which is night and day difference in my opinion. I also think they're really gonna delineate between the two categories, especially once girls start competing, because why are they gonna have Fit Model and Bikini if they're looking for the same look? Pick very different looking girls, definitely more natural looking girls, which is why I'm choosing to compete. So why have I never done NPC? I've been competing for the past 6 years. I've now done the WBFF and I've done the OCB, which I would say I've done fairly well. In the WBFF, I did get my pro card, but I left that federation, went OCB. It was a natural federation. I started to perform really well. I moved myself up the ranks, starting in about 4th and 3rd place, ending in about 2nd to 3rd. Ideally, this past year, if I did a build, I'd be going a little bit higher. Why am I choosing NPC at this time? One, I just think my physique goes more with that Fit Model category. I've always felt like I've had to really force my body into that typical bikini look. Like I naturally am very lean and very small. It's hard for me to put muscle on. And I'm not saying Fit Model doesn't have muscle, but the amount of muscle you are needing at the pro level for the IFBB in Bikini is definitely gonna require either a hell of a lot of time off, but really you're gonna be using some sort of enhancement. I'm not saying everybody's enhanced, but a vast majority of them are, and I will not be able to achieve the ideal physique for Bikini without being enhanced. Fit Model, in my opinion, has opened up that category where I can finally compete in the NPC and eventually the IFBB as a natural athlete. I do plan on staying completely natural, and while I'm sure there are some people who are not going to be natural going into Fit Model, I'm hoping that the judges are going to be picking more of that natural look for the female physique in Fit Model. As this category is just developing and growing and we're all learning about it, I don't know what I don't know. Like I could get there and the biggest girl's still winning. I don't feel like that will be the case, because if that is the case, why wouldn't they just keep Bikini as Bikini? Why do they want these two categories so separate? So in addition to the posing being separate, let's get back on track. The posing is separate, it's different. From watching some posing tutorials, it seems like there's going to be less posing on stage, maybe more fluid transitions, a little bit different with the transitions, which I'm still working through myself because again, brand new category, brand new federation. The suits are going to be very different, so there's no bling in Fit Model, which I think a lot of people are pretty bummed about. I'm neutral. I don't know. I like sparkles, don't get me wrong, like any girl. I love good glam. I feel like I can still feel very glam even with a simple suit, and they did just approve metallics, and I'm looking at maybe doing a color in like a metallic fabric, so it's still going to give me some shine, some shape on stage. I'm excited to see too what direction they want the suits to go. I know the back is going to be a little bit more fuller. They're looking for more coverage as a whole with the bottoms, less of that, micro pro, almost like thong type bikini. So that will be interesting to see on stage. And yeah, I think it's just going to be an overall really good category. At the end of the day, Bikini was meant to be a entry level to bodybuilding. And obviously as we put more muscle, we can upgrade into different categories. But at this point, I don't think Bikini is entry level. I think if you really want to make it and you want to go somewhere as an IFBB pro or become an IFBB pro in Bikini, you got to do something special to get you there. And I know I'm never going to get there. So I'm hoping this category will open some new doors. Now, my dream, and everyone's dream, is to step on the Olympia. And I didn't think that was really possible before this category existed. I do feel like I have a fighting chance, whether it's not this year, it's not next year. I do think I can put on the type of muscle and the amount of muscle that is looked for in Fit Model, which is why I'm choosing to do this category. While my last 2 shows were self-coached, I did everything myself. I know I don't know enough about the NPC, so I'm very entry level. It's funny because I've been a competitor for 6 years, but I am so entry level when it comes to this federation because I've never gone to an NPC show. I've never competed. I don't have a lot of friends that compete. A lot of my friends compete in natural federations. So I am really excited to see the difference in the categories and just learn more about this federation, and ideally in the future take on clients for this federation as well. And obviously I spoke with my coach ahead of time to be like, okay, this is my goals. My goals are to win a local show, qualify for nationals, place and win, and get my pro card. Now, I don't know if that will be this year, 2 years, 3 years. After talking with my coach, he feels like I do have a good amount of muscle for what they're saying Fit Model should be. We are doing a show in the next 20 weeks, which I'm really excited about because I hate off season, but I do it when I need to. Obviously, if I spoke with my coach and he was like, hey, you don't have enough muscle, we definitely need you to go into a build, then I would definitely listen to him and do what I was doing to begin with and go into a full build. Looking at my physique, looking at my posing, my coach thinks I'm gonna do pretty well. Ideally, we are gonna try to build a tiny bit more in the lower body, so I'm not really in a full prep phase yet. We are more in like a recomp phase, still trying to build a little bit in that lower body going into show, which hopefully I can get a little bit more inches if possible. I've been lifting for so long, I think it's like 15 years now. So I don't put on a lot of muscle and I don't put it on very quickly. So we'll see what we can get before we go into a cut. Now I am doing a cluster of shows, so I'm probably gonna do 2 or 3 shows back to back within about a month's time frame and just get as much feedback from the judges as I can. My goal is definitely to place in my class, to qualify for nationals and attend nationals this year. Now, I'm not crazy though. If I start doing show after show and the feedback is not big enough, not big enough, not conditioned enough, I'm gonna listen to that feedback and we're gonna go right into a build for the rest of 2025. I'm not gonna touch another stage until 2026. Because if I'm not making it at the local level, I'm not gonna do well at nationals with the intention of getting my pro card. So we really see where they're choosing their competitors in the top 5, top 3, and really what the winners are looking like. Once I start to see what they're picking, I'm gonna have a better idea on how I'm gonna do. I definitely have a lot of barriers I'm going to be facing, like the new posing. I get a lot of compliments on my posing, so thank you for those of you who ever compliment my posing. I don't feel like it comes natural. It's one of those things I work at every single day. I don't feel like I've ever had that natural stage presence, which I'm going to talk about. That's something I didn't talk about with Fit Model. I'll go back to it. My brain just rambles sometimes. So I don't feel like I have that natural stage presence, and actually in Fit Model, stage presence is gonna be very big. Actual overall beauty is gonna be very big. I don't wanna say it's like a beauty pageant because you do still need to be conditioned, you do still need to have muscle, but that beauty factor, just like it does with Bikini, is going to play a very big role. So learning a whole new round of posing and a new federation on top of it is definitely gonna be a big challenge. I'm working with 2 posing coaches for that, but I am really excited to see what direction this goes. I think this is going to be an awesome entry level for competing, especially for those who want to stay a little bit on the healthier side while competing. For those of you who have never competed, being peak week ready, stage ready is not a health and fitness competition. It's a physique competition. Hormonally, you are very run down. You're the weakest in the gym that you'll ever be. You're usually somewhat malnourished if you're not taking a bunch of micros. So to see a category that I think will be able to hold a little bit more health is going to be awesome, and definitely my focus because I do care a lot more about my health than I do my overall physique. but I love the sport, I love the discipline, and I love the competition. I can't give you guys the complete rundown of my plan, but I can kind of give an overarching view on what I am doing right now to bring me closer to my goal and getting me closer to stage. So I did bump up, leg day. We're doing 3 leg days a week, which I've done in the past multiple times. Really hamstring glute focus to help bring my tie-in in for stage. Calories are kind of where my calories were at before. I'm roughly like 1900. Lots of protein per usual. That's really hasn't changed at all. I did up my supplements. So I am a natural competitor. Let me clarify that because I know I look natural. Every time I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't look natural because, I want to have that much muscle. I get, people telling me in my comment section like, oh, you're natural. Everyone would know. And I know that. I know I look very natural. So because I'm a natural competitor, I need every single 1%er I can get. I need my food to be perfect every single day. I need my workouts to be perfect every single day. I need my sleep. I need my recovery. I need my distress levels to be managed. And I need the supplements I need to get me there as well. So for supplements, I'm going to share that with you guys. And I'm going to create a link in the bottom below that you guys can use if you want to buy any of the supplements I use. I work with Thorne as a wholesaler. So you can buy any of the supplements that I use myself. You'll get 15% off and free shipping. So I'm using all the supplements a lot. I'm using a vitamin D, multivitamin, creatine, a probiotic. To think, what else am I taking? I just added on glutamine to help with recovery, digestive enzymes to help with digestion. What else? Occasionally I do collagen, not lately because my protein intake's been much higher, but I do like the collagen. I do like the green powders. Whenever I go back into a prep phase, I increase a ton of my vegetables. So I feel like my macros are already getting hit. So lots of supplements in the plan this time just to help with every single 1%er, helping me recover, helping me build, helping me take my natural physique to the next level. I want to create a realistic goal to put content out there for you guys, but also have it be meaningful. So I'm only going to be doing probably every 4 to 3 weeks video update because not much is going to change from now to then. As the stage gets closer, there's a good chance I might do maybe bi-weekly videos because more will be changing that time frame. Again, right now I'm really not in much of a deficit. I'm just kind of recomping. Things are kind of slow at this point. I will share with you guys measurement updates. I'll share with you posing updates. I'll share with you the more information I learn about the category. Ideally, I am going to try to go to a show before I step on stage so I just have an idea of what is expected. And I'm going to be walking you through all the stuff that I'm going through as a brand new fit model competitor, have never done this show, have never done this federation, brand new to the NPC, and I'm excited to take you guys along. If there are specific topics for this category you want me to touch on during my videos, I'm not saying I have the answers, but I'm probably going to experience it at some point. So please drop them in the comment section below. And if you don't already subscribe to my channel, I promise I'll put out more content for you guys. Definitely do so you can stay up to date on all things that I'm talking about with the fit model category. And as I get closer to stage, there will be just so much more information to share with you guys. Okay, thanks for tuning in.